listening to the Arkansas AgCast, where we discuss the latest news, trends, and issues impacting Arkansas farmers and ranchers. Our show is brought to you by the Arkansas Farm Bureau Federation and hosted by Rob Anderson and Jason Brown.
All righty.
Hey.
Happy Thursday afternoon, Rob, Brian.
Same to you.
Greetings.
Both.
How are we?
Doing good.
I know how you are.
Getting better every minute.
I don't, are you counting down the days?
I am.
Now.
I am.
The minutes.
And now I'm counting down the day.
Yeah.
So, that's right. Yeah, Brian is headed out the door for vacation for a little while.
Yeah, it'll be a little while.
So, yeah, we're shutting everything down.
Yeah, well, after last week in his absence.
Yeah.
We, no, that's exciting, man. I know you guys are looking forward to it.
Very much so. Very much so. I haven't ever been up that way, so it'll be good.
Yeah.
And you are going to New England?
New England.
He's going to cheat. He's going to fast forward time and catch fall.
Yes.
In full swing.
Yes. I'm tired of waiting on it to break here, so I'm going.
You're
I'm
going to
where
fall.
It is breaking.
Yeah,
right.
you are going to fall.
Yes.
I like it. Hey, Rob, did you know
Hey, buddy.
it is the Arkansas AgCast week in the Arkansas Farm Bureau Fantasy Football League?
Are we playing each other?
We're playing each other.
Well,
All right.
I don't know what place you're in, but
It doesn't
I'm not at the
matter.
top, you know?
Yeah, this game doesn't matter. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
but-
it's just not a battle of the potential playoff teams. The champion now.
Yeah.
And it's-
I pulled up my roster to take a look for everyone listening and watching. We do have I think the first ever Farm Bureau Federation Fantasy Football League and pulled up my roster and we're playing each other this week.
Well, you know, our guest producer last week, Jenny, beat me over the past weekend.
Oh, she did.
You know,
Okay.
Look forward to
Well,
more.
I should not put up a fight. I'll tell you that. Don't worry about that. I guess moving on beyond football and vacations and fall and things like that, it's been sort of a busy week. We've got a little bit of things to cover before we get to the news. The first would be an event today down in Monticello,
Right.
I believe, the Forestry Business Center.
Yes, UAM's Forestry Business Center, which is a pretty important thing that we supported. There was a lot of work put into it's the Center for Forest Business, and a lot of work was put into that, getting the funding necessary for that, making sure it all came together. It's an exciting thing because it's important for the industry here in Arkansas. Timber is a big industry in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And there needed to be a resource like this, and we worked hard on it, and I know they've been working hard on it down there. In fact, Shaylee Wallace from our office is down there today talking to people, get some interviews and things like that, because it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, she was texting me from there saying, my goodness, we got to do more with Dr. Pelkey. He does a really good job of tying in forestry and agriculture and all of these things.
Always.
So, he's really great.
Fantastic.
It's a very important part of Arkansas agriculture, and this center is, I think, going to be very valuable going forward.
Yeah, well.
In fact, we are actually going to have something on it in our next Arkansas Agriculture magazine as well.
That's what I was going to ask if we're going to. So we'll have some more intel coming out on that. This center is really an important step, a big step, really, in our state's forestry industry. Also on the list here in front of me is the Arkansas Ag Hall of Fame nominations. We mentioned this last week. We'll probably mention it weekly until it gets here.
Just another reminder, the nominations are open until November 1st. You can visit ArkansasAgHallOfFame.org to do that. Again, you have, it's almost October, isn't it?
It is.
October is what, Saturday?
Tomorrow?
It's Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
So we got about a month on that to get those nominations in. And then we did some podcasts, I believe, with last
some
year's
interviews last year.
inductees. So, it's a pretty big deal, pretty exciting day. That will, the induction luncheon itself, that's always a big event.
Yeah. Big fun. And then
you have some congrats talk.
Yeah, something we were talking about earlier today. Jackson County's own Whitney Hagewood is joining the Farm Progress team as a staff writer, I believe, for Delta Farm Press. So I saw that on Twitter earlier this week, not only from Farm Progress and Delta Farm Press, but Whitney put that out there. So anyway, just wanted to say congrats one more time. It's wonderful when we have an Arkansan telling the story of Arkansas and Mid-South agriculture. So congrats to Whitney and, of course, the team at Farm Progress for bringing on a great writer.
And I think you've got a little something in front of you there that ballot issues. There are going to be some ballot issues on the
that's right
on the docket coming up in November, but early voting starts October 24th.
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
We have Arkansas Farm Bureau has some positions on these issues, 3 of these issues specifically, I believe.
Yeah.
And we've actually posted that on arfb.com. If you go there, you can click through, learn a little bit about where we stand. And of course,
so arcalect.org. Is it arcalect.org, right? I should have written that down. There you can get a full readout on each of the issues 1, 2, 3, and 4. All 4 issues that will be on the ballot. And the purpose of that is just to educate yourself in sort of a straightforward, strictly objective way.
And we do remind you to visit arcalect.com because because that is a resource. It is meant as a resource. It's a place to educate yourself before you go to the place your vote. Whether you're doing it early, whether you're doing it on voting day, you can learn a lot about the candidates and the issues on that site.
Yeah, just straight across read on the site.
But if you're curious about the Arkansas Farm Bureau positions, we've got them on our website at arfb.com. You'll see a little call out there, so you can click on that and find out a little bit more where we as an organization stand.
Yeah, our issues or our stance on 3 of the issues, 1, 2, and 4, are based on policy.
Policy that comes
developed
from our grassroots
county level up to the state level. ARFB.com has more information there. Certainly not the last time we'll talk about this either.
I have a feeling there'll be more talk on that.
But go ahead and take a look there to find out more. Well, I guess we'll kick off the news this week with some information about how USDA is working to fight high fertilizer prices in the U.S. The USDA this week announced it will dedicate $500 million in grants to move more input sourcing to the U.S. in hopes of reducing the risk of high prices that have been seen in the market over the past 2 years. This is the second such announcement USDA has made about moving fertilizer sourcing to the states. The first one came in March with a commitment of $250 million. So this is effectively doubles that commitment in March under the Fertilizer Production Expansion Program. The White House says funds can be used to help expand fertilizer manufacturing and developing alternatives in a number of ways. You can, of course, get all the details about that at USDA.gov. But all of this is connected to concerns over farm income in 2023, something we talk a lot about here on this show. So we will continue to watch it closely. But for now, some relief being directed towards input costs or to fight some of the input cost increases that we've seen. Well,
that's some good news.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, I've got to talk a little bit of bad news. We can go through one of these shows without a little bit of bad news. American Farm Bureau's market intel analysis this week focused on what's going on in poultry ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great.
Okay.
There are some challenges there. High prices, highly pathogenic avian influenza, or HPAI, and inflation have all combined to have a major impact on turkey and eggs, actually.
Oh, wow.
In fact, turkey prices are currently at record levels, resulting from the combination of tighter supplies caused by HPAI, higher demand, inflation, and increased demands on the U.S. food system overall. The national average price for a frozen grade A whole young hen, 8 to 16 pounds, posted a record price of $1.72 per pound on September 3rd. That's a 20% higher than the same time last year when the price was $1.44 per pound. So some significant increase. Fresh, boneless, skinless turkey breasts, tom turkey breasts, reached a record high of $6.70 per pound on September 17th. That's 112% higher.
Wow, my goodness.
Than the same time last year. On top of this, turkey production is below this time last year and is forecast to be lower still in 2023.
My goodness.
And then on the egg front, egg production has been affected by inflation and HPAI. Table egg prices have come back down after posting some record highs of $3.34 back in July. The combined regional average price for a dozen grade A large eggs delivered to a warehouse was $2.34 on September 17th, excuse me. That's 27% higher than the same time last year.
Okay.
And 44% above the 5-year average of $1.29. So it's getting a little steep out there in some of those things, but there's a little bit of good news too.
Yes, please.
Data shows that demand has remained strong for turkey, and it's even forecast to increase. In addition, fall HPAI detections are well below those numbers that popped up in the spring, and there should be enough turkeys to go around for Thanksgiving.
Well, I was afraid you were going to tell us that we were at risk of not having pumpkin pie.
It should be okay there from.
I don't know with the eggs.
I don't know. You're right.
But
Well, I'm glad there'll be enough for Thanksgiving. When I very first saw the little intro for the story, I thought it said bad news for turkey legs. And I thought, oh, man, the fair's in trouble.
Man.
No, we can't.
I don't know if we could have a fair without turkey legs.
No.
Wonder what the prices are going to be on those turkey legs.
Well,
I don't know. So we made a trip together to Wright's Barbecue in Northwest Arkansas. We work in food every time, don't we?
We do.
And that was a good trip.
Goodness, I'm
That was
sorry.
good stuff.
Yeah, but we went to Wright's Barbecue, and they talked us into trying that turkey. And I've been thinking about it ever since. So last
too.
weekend,
It was
like,
good.
hey, I'm going to smoke one of these things.
Yeah.
Like I went to 3 stores trying to find a turkey breast, like a bone-in turkey breast. Can't find them. Yeah, and they said, I thought that's something you could buy year-round, but they, one butcher I talked to said, well, they haven't started sending them yet. Hopefully in the next month or so we'll be getting them. So I hope it's not a supply. I don't mean to cause,
More panic, more alarm.
false panic, but it sounded to me just like a seasonal kind of thing. Like we don't have those yet.
they'll be around. You'll be able to find them.
But anyway, I maybe it's a good thing I haven't been able to find one because I would have paid more for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you may find it, but you may need to take out a loan.
Anyway, well, it'll be worth it if it is half as good as that
And it was
turkey.
good. It was good.
All right. As we talked about 2 weeks ago on the podcast, the USDA's WASD report earlier this month made a sizable correction to the soybean forecast based on yield concerns. We've got a bit more about that now and wanted to share it today. Back in the first quarter of the year, USDA projected up to 91 million acres of soybeans in this growing season due to a number of factors, including more than 1 million acres lost due to weather in North Dakota around planting season. USDA's pulled back their forecast to just under 4.4 billion bushels this year. In addition to adjusting U.S. numbers, USDA lowered its estimate of global supply from 101.4 million metric tons to just under 99 million metric tons, with the million metric tons of that reduction accounted for in lowering Chinese imports alone. I'll recap that because I realize that's a mouthful. Basically, in addition to some yield concerns, Chinese imports are down about 1 million metric tons, so that has contributed to this as well. What does that mean for Arkansas farmers? Hopefully higher commodity prices, although analysts still expect a pretty hardy crop with predictions of this year's harvest coming in at the 4th largest on record following 2021, 2017, and 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, I talked to our new staffer, Chad Hooten, who spent the week, I believe, one day this week up in Woodruff County, working with Rusty Smith to get an update on the soybean crop, and he says we should have that up in the next couple of days.
Yeah, he was sending us some pics and little clips while he was up there. Looked like a beautiful day to be out there. So
yeah,
be on the lookout for that. We like to do this. We like to go out there and get the updates during this time of year. So
find out how harvest is going.
Should have that up. check our social channels, check our website, check YouTube. We'll have that up soon.
Heck yeah, man. All right. Well, let's step away from the news for a minute to learn a bit about our annual Farm Bureau membership.
Your Arkansas Farm Bureau membership supports our work on behalf of Arkansas farmers, ranchers, and rural communities around the state. From youth leadership programs and academic scholarships to hunger relief and disaster support and much more. You can make a difference and be a champion for your community. Join today at arfb.com.
Did you know your $40 annual ARFB membership contributes to the work being done in your local community? A good example of your annual membership at work recently was in Baxter County, where the Women's Committee presented donations to the Norfolk Backpack Program to support food backpacks for students in the community, and another donation to Norfolk Elementary to help provide school supplies to local children. So, again, great work going on out there at the local level. Support it. Join today at arfb.com.
Certainly.
Okay, getting back to the news and returning to poultry for a minute and focusing on something positive this time. The University of Arkansas recently announced that its new poultry science smart farming research facility is set to open soon, with construction nearly complete. That's exciting news.
Yeah.
The $1 million project will help conduct broiler research for the Center of Excellence for Poultry Science and the Arkansas Agricultural Experiment Station. It'll be located at the Milo J. Schultz Agricultural Research and Extension Center in Fayetteville. David Caldwell, head of the Department of Poultry Science and the Dale Bumpers College of Agriculture, Food, and Life Sciences, said one side of the facility would have large floor pens for commercial relevant rearing equipment and will use the latest sensor and data collection technology for research projects. The other side will use broiler nutrition research and include a more standard mini-pen research facility used for management research applications. According to the university, some of the smart technologies incorporated in this new facility will include computer vision and machine learning, which are becoming more prominent in the poultry industry overall. So this is state of the art, and it's a pretty big deal that'll be opening up soon. I mean, if you think about it, combine that with the Forestry Business Center, and then you have this opening up. There's a lot of big research and academic facilities opening up that's really going to be important for agriculture here in Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm reminded of that poultry research project that we talked about here. I don't know, it's been a few months ago, but where they were looking at water consumption, using less water in poultry production. I wonder if that'll be a part of this. Anyway, really cool to see the different applications of research through our land grant university. Well, it's time for our weekly harvest and crop progress report. We're seeing signs around the state of a harvest that's in full swing. Let's dive into the numbers here. Corn harvest is winding down with 88% complete as of Monday. Not much standing in the fields at this point in the year. I was scrolling Instagram earlier and definitely saw Monroe County farmer posting about corn harvest being done, moving on to soybeans. But cotton bolls are almost all open, and harvest is at 5% complete. Let's hope the current Hurricane Ian doesn't change that in the coming days. I was listening to RFD TV yesterday, and they were talking about how almost 100% of the bolls in Florida were open as Ian was coming in. Yeah. So I know there has already been some cotton supply concerns with the droughts in Texas and so on and so forth. So we'll continue to watch that as well. Peanuts are 20% dug. As we talked about last week, Brian, we learned that dug is the official verb of harvest for peanuts. Which I would not have guessed.
I would never have guessed that either. So.
Yeah, it's on the USDA sheet and everything. Their report says dug.
They are so 20%.
So anyway, making a huge leap over the progress that we reported last week and still lagging a bit behind this time last year, but peanuts certainly coming along. Rice is also rocking along at 61% harvested, which is on pace with last year. Not much change in the soybean harvest progress because everybody's trying to get rice out and corn. But we have had much more coloring and leaves drop this week. No real changes in crop quality across the board. We certainly hope that everything holds steady as is. We're seeing some dry areas of the state, including an increased risk of wildfire in the eastern half. I was telling Brian before the show started, we've got a return of drought conditions. I think in central Arkansas we're at a D2, but in western Arkansas D3. I bet we're up to 15 burn bans. It really feels a lot like July again when we were sitting at this very table.
One thing I noticed, even as it's getting cooler and it feels nice just sitting outside. I mean, that the ground is dry. I mean, my backyard is dry everywhere. Because you think about it, we still don't have any rain.
Yeah.
Weather changes, but no rain.
Yeah, and I think the path of I'm no meteorologist, but the path of that hurricane, the way it was coming through, I don't think we're going to, like I said, it's good for harvest, but, for livestock producers and so on and so forth, and, not great there. So, anyhow.
Well, you just had to bring us down there. Well. As we wrap up today, I have an important deadline reminder to share. John McMinn in our department, who I believe is about to become a dad.
He is.
Today's his first day out. I think today it may be happening.
Anyway, there we go. Let's all the best to him. But he pointed this out to me. Applications for the Center for Arkansas Farms and Food Farm School 2023 are due this Friday.
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow, 9:30. For those interested, you can apply at uafarmschool.org. Farm School begins in January and lasts for 11 months. So what is this, you might ask? The Center for Arkansas Farms and Food, CAF for short, Farm School, is, as I mentioned, an 11-month program that combines hands-on specialty crop farming with classes in production, business, legal issues. It's a comprehensive approach specifically designed for beginning farmers of fruit, vegetables, flowers, and herbs who are interested in selling to local and regional markets. Students in the program get an in-depth understanding of sustainable farming production, systems, and the business applications they need to succeed in farming. The Farm School prepares farmers to become specialty crop entrepreneurs, contributing to local and regional food sheds in Arkansas. This no formal farming experience is required to apply for the program. So it's a good learning experience. Program is located at the University of Arkansas System Division of Agriculture, Milo J. Schultz Agriculture Research and Extension Center in Fayetteville, and it kicks off January 23rd. By the way, that's the second mention of the
two shout-outs.
Schultz Agriculture Research and Extension Center. Nice name. I had to go through it one more time. Applications for the Apprenticeship Program 2023 are also open until 12/1. Not as tight a deadline there. The Farm Apprenticeship Program through the Center for Arkansas Farms and Food is designed to provide experiential learning to the next generation of Arkansas farmers and to support specialty crop production. The program matches apprentice areas of interest with mentor farmers, providing real-world farm experience. You get to learn firsthand from a farmer. Much more to learn about that at uafarmapprentice.org, uafarmapprentice.org. Nice. But be mindful, if you are interested in the Farm School program, that deadline is tomorrow, 9:30.
Good to know. And this is such a cool program. We've talked about this and done work with it before. Before we get over to Brian, I just want to say we do, going back to those ballot issues, we do have some folks who are making their way around to annual meetings to talk about these things. If you do have a request for that or want somebody, we do have some materials available too. If you need any of that, please feel free to give us a call, give our government affairs team a call, and we'll be happy to help with
Please ask questions, and we'll help talk about it. It's important stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Speaking of important stuff,
speaking of McMahon, they up in commodities they nickname him Mac.
Yeah.
So I guess now we're going to have to start calling him Mac Daddy.
Where's that? Where's that?
Machine,
but.
I had the volume turned down.
You know what? That happened to somebody last week too.
There it goes.
There we go.
I was waiting to fade the music up.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't give my own self a drum snare.
You should.
Yeah,
you should.
Well, I don't have a lot of them today.
History. Come on, it's gotta be huge.
Well, the one is so big it just kind of dry. Yes, okay. It just brought everything down because it was on this day in 2008. This is when the market crashed.
Oh yeah,
with all the 2008 Dow Jones Industrial Averages, it fell almost 800 points. Largest single day point loss.
Wiped out my fortune.
Yes.
That's why I'm still working.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You guys remember
that's a
when
big
all that
moment
stuff
in
happened.
history. Yeah.
And the only other one that I could find that was really that interesting was the song that peaked at number 1 on this day in 1984.
Oh man. Okay, give us some hints.
Yes.
Give us some
Is
hints.
there a hint?
That would give it away. I mean,
Well, I mean, I don't have
Ghostbusters.
I was going to say Hungry Like the Wolf. I have no idea.
No, he's, it's a single. This artist, it's male.
Okay.
Single name.
Okay.
Oh, single name.
Single name. It's a stage name.
Sting?
Close. It's a good guess, but because it's 84.
No.
Yeah.
But
He later rebranded, and his band had
Prince?
Prince.
There you go,
Okay.
Prince. And the song was
1999.
Raspberry Beret.
nope. Let's Go Crazy.
Let's go.
Oh, man. My favorite Prince song. My favorite Prince
That's
song.
your favorite.
Yeah,
Prince
yeah,
song.
that is my favorite
If
Prince
I had
You
it,
like to?
we'd probably have all kinds of copyright infringement.
Oh,
I
for
would
sure.
crack
We
it right now.
go straight to jail.
That's all I got for you today. I'm kind of
Well, all right.
Well, that's a pretty good one.
It was interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We will be back at this time next week as we wrap up the news for the week. Thanks to everybody for joining us and following along.
Remember?
sorry.
I'm jumping on you.
No, it's okay. With the Arkansas AgCast, we're grateful for you for taking the time to watch and listen.
Yeah. Remember, you can live stream and go crazy with us every Thursday at 2 p.m. Facebook and YouTube. Turn on those notifications. Get those alerts. Listen to the audio version later. iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah.
All of it.
The Arkansas AgCast is brought to you by the Arkansas Farm Bureau and hosted by me, Jason Brown.
And me, Rob Anderson.
And our show is produced by Brian Pistole and Matthew Magdafrau.
We'll see you next week.